Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory, all praises, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And as always, peace and salutations to those elect and the Sisakims pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. And the brother Yara, Great Millstone Branch, Gary, Indiana, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua. And pretty much the spirit of this lesson is going to be going into, pre-flood behavior, and the spirit that's upon the earth. It's the same, vibration that was on the earth before the flood came. And it inspired me to do this lesson, lesson a couple, weeks ago. One of the brothers from the Iowa camp, beloved elders, was going over this Wisdom of Solomon. As you can see, I got pulled up 10 and 4, which I'm gonna read real quick. Because when you start off this chapter, speaking of wisdom, but in this sense, it's speaking of Cain. I'm gonna start at 3. But when the unrighteous went away from her in his anger, and the unrighteous, he's speaking of Cain, and at her is wisdom, he perished also in the fear wherewith he murdered his brother. And you know the story of Cain and Abel. Pretty much Cain slew his brother Abel because Cain's sacrifice wasn't accepted by the Heavenly Father. And on the beloved Elder Yasharamba was going into, how pretty much Esau got that same mindset now towards, us, the Israelites, the sons of the righteous, the elect mainly, the men that you see on the highways and hedges prophesying and teaching his truth and righteousness and sincerity. How he's seeking to kill us because his sacrifice now, is not being accepted in the eyes of the Lord, which is what is NWO, whereas our sacrifice is being accepted. And that's what you see in prophecies, take place. But anyway, I'm not to get off topic, anyway, verse 4, for whose cause the earth being drowned with flood, it said for whose cause. So it was because the lineage of Cain and his descendants that was on the earth during the time before the flood was the reason why the flood, was necessary to come. Because you had the sons of God doing all kinds of wickedness. Pretty much wickedness was and violence polluted the earth. And let's get there real quick. I believe it's Genesis 6 and 5, and it reads, and Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his hearts was only evil continuing. That's what you're seeing right now under the rule of the Edomites. That's saying, because we know through the spirit that Cain, that same spirit that was in Cain and his descendants is the same spirit back on the earth through Esau and his descendants, man. Which is going back to the serpent that was in the garden, and under his rule, and his vibration, look at the state of the earth. It's in wickedness, it's in darkness, man. Because what did the scriptures say real quick? Let's go to Sirach 10 and 1. A wise judge would instruct his people, and the governor of the prudent man is well ordered. And then a wise judge would instruct his people. But as you can see, a wise judge is not running the earth. Because what does it say, Job 9 and 24? The earth is given. It is given into the hands of the wicked, man. And what do the scriptures say real quick? Real quick. Daniel 4 and 17. I'm just bringing out quick precepts, not to stray away from the topic. Daniel 4 and 17. This is the matter by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of man, and giveth to whomsoever he will, and setteth it up over it the basis of men. And that's what he have done, man. The Lord has set up the basis of men. And who's the base man? Esau. And under this man's rulership and vibration, look at the earth right now. And that's why you're seeing the same thing that was going on before the flood now, man. That pre-flood behavior, wickedness, man. The love of many waxing cold, man. Violence, which I'm going to bring out later on. I'm going to go back to that Genesis. Anyway, verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are the officers, and what manner of man that ruleth the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. You know, and that's what you're seeing right now, man. Because Esau, he's the real gangster. He's the real nigga. He's big in adultery, and he's the Sodom, the king of Sodom, of Pedialyte behavior, man. If you get what I'm coming from, man. You know? But yet he paints Jake as the face of these things, but yet it's really him. It says, verse 3, an unwise king destroyeth his people, and through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. And he's an unwise king, man. Because look at the mindsets of these people now. People are fucking wicked and through, man. Because why is that? True righteousness and true judgment is not being implemented on the earth. The law, statute, commandments are not being implemented on the earth. That's why the scriptures say in Job 9:24, he covered the faces of the judges thereof, which means true judgment is not being established on the earth. And that's why you're seeing wickedness exceedingly polluting the earth, man. You know? Let's go back to that Genesis 6 and 5. I'm going to jump down a little bit. I'm going to read it again from the top. Salakia. Just Genesis 6 and 5. And Yahweh by Shem Yahushua saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thought of his heart was only evil continually. And that's what you're seeing right now, man. Whatever comes to a person's mind, they just do it without, filtering, without questioning it. That doest thy will spirit, man. Especially here in Babylon the Great. And Jake has taken on that way of life. That's why the scriptures say, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the ways of the wicked seduces him, roughly paraphrasing, man. And our people have been seduced here in Babylon the Great under this Edomite's rule, man. Whereas, Jake want to eat like him, dress like him, talk like him, and be like him, and rub elbows with him, man. And the Lord told us to what? To arise ye and depart, for this is not our rest, man. And this is a sick, perverted, vile, disgusting man. And it shows in the way how this, in his rulership, in the way how his kingdom is being forwarded, man. In wickedness, man, which the Lord's going to put an end to real soon. I'm going to jump down to verse 11. No, Salakia. I'm going to read down to 7. I'm going to jump. Verse 7. No, verse 6. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it was grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I've created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping things and the fowls of the air, for it repented me that I made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord, and and the Noah is likened unto the elect. We're finding grace, Lord willing, we be those men. We're finding grace in the eyes of the Lord in a world that's polluted, wickedness being established, people have no disregard for life. We're finding grace in the eyes of the Lord. And just what did Noah do? He went to go build that ark and prophesy, man. And we're doing now. We're doing that now through the Spirit. Prophesying what? The flood of fire that the Lord is about to bring upon this place. And just like Noah was able to escape the flood by, the ark, the ark which he built, right along with the animals and his wives and his wife and children's wives, his children and his children's wives, hey, we hoping to be delivered as well, man. Us in our household. Speaking of the elect, through those the chariots, man. Let's jump down to verse 11. And the earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence, and that's what was going on. And remember, man, we just opened up with that. Let's go back to it. That Wisdom of Solomon 10. Let's go straight to the point at 4. For whose cause, and speaking of Cain again, the earth being drowned with flood, wisdom again preserved it and direct the course of the righteous in a piece of a wood of a small value, man. And that's mighty, man. You know? That's mighty, bro. You know, the Lord delivered, Lot from that flood. But anyway, the point I was trying to get was it was because of, Cain's ways, it was because of Cain and his, what was going on in the time before the flood, that the flood came. And the same thing you seeing right now, man. Who's in rulership now? Esau. Cause what did the scriptures say real quick? Let's go to 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. And it reads, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So Esau is the last ruling Gentile nation to rule the earth, before the kingdom of heaven is established. Which lets you know this is, we are not, that Esau is not Japhet, man. Or whatever other shit that people be saying out here. But anyway, hey, the same thing's going on right now. And it's for this, and whose cause shall the fire shall come, man. And those who follow his ways, man. The ways of the serpent. Real quick. I forgot I pulled up before that. Hold on. Yeah, Genesis, back in Genesis real quick. Genesis 6 and 11. And the earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. And the Lord looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt. It was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his ways upon the earth, man. That's what you're seeing, man. Everything is corrupt. Everything, man. And the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. And that's what you see in that violence everywhere, man. Wickedness, corruption, deception, perverseness. Just like the Lord said real quick. Let's go to Luke 17. The Lord said, and this how these are signs to let us know that we almost the hell up out of here, man. Because the Lord said this is Luke 17 and 26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. So we just read what was going on in the time of Noah. And we read why the flood came. And it started with Cain, man. From the act of murdering his brother and then all the other shit, because they was murdering the sons of God during that time, man. The same thing that they doing now, man. And they murder us in all kinds of ways, man. Because the scriptures say, well, he's the accuser of thy brethren. Thou slanders thy mother's son. That's what he does. He slanderous. He paints us out as these thugs. That's another way of the murdering son. Because you killing their character, man. He paints us as the face of sodomy, as the face of pedophilia. Not to say that Jake doesn't partake in those things. Jake was wicked as hell. Don't get me wrong. But who's the man that's behind all that shit? It's Esau, man. Because he's known as he is the man of sin, man. The son of perdition. He is the wicked, like it says in the book of Malachi. It said, verse 27, they did eat, they drink, they married wives, they were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. And the same thing you're seeing right now, man. And it's crazy how the Lord compared, Noah. He was using the story of Noah and, the story of Lot. 'Cause the same, and that's what you're seeing right now, man. It said verse 28, likewise also in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drink, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. And that's what's going to happen to this place. It is beautiful how the Lord used the story of Noah, and then he jumped down to the story of Lot to let us know what the kind of behavior that the people on the earth will be in before the destruction came. And the Lord flooded the entire earth with water, and he destroyed just 5 cities with fire. But hey, he's finna destroy, Babylon the Great, and right along with various parts of the earth with this fire, man, the thermonuclear hellfire. What it said in Isaiah, he said he had created the smith. I don't want to roughly. I'm gonna jump back to this real quick, just get it real quick, cause I don't want to butcher it. 54:16, Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I created the smith that bloweth the coal in the fires. And who's the modern day smith? These top nuclear scientists, man. It's the Lord that's put the spirit upon these scientists to create these different bombs and weaponry to be used as punishment for the wicked. Right along with the fire that's going to be coming down from them chariots, man. And that bringing forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy, man. And that waster, the thermonuclear missiles, man. And America, Babylon the Great, is going to be ultimately obliterated from the face of the earth, man. And it's going to be a monument for the fruits of wickedness, man. Will lead to, man. What the works of wickedness will lead to is going to lead to what? Utter destruction, man. At the end of the day. And that's why Esau is known as the son of perdition, the son of destruction, man. He's the vessel of wrath made to be destroyed, man. Verse 29, but the same day that Lot, back in Luke 17:29, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. And man, that's the same thing that's going to happen in these times, man. Because why? Violence has covered the earth. The vibration of Esau, Edom, has polluted the earth, man. And the Lord's finna come back and pluck this wicked fuck up, man. Like it says real quick, Ecclesiastes 10:8. We always bring this out. It said, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, riches got by deceit. And that's how this devil was able to establish his kingdom. Remember, Isaac gave him the blessing, which was the sword, man. And he said, by thy sword shall thy live. He said he's going to have what? The dew, the fatness of heaven, the dew, roughly paraphrasing. You can read that story of your own when you get the chance to, if you have not. And how was Esau able to attain the riches in which he got right now? By unrighteous dealings, deception, deceit, using his propaganda machine and to push lies and false narratives to justify him into going to, war with these different countries, man. Taking their resources, enslaving the people, and pushing his philosophies and ideas upon the people, man. Putting in puppet dictators. The same shit you see him being pushed on the earth. And under his rule, doing this Western way of living, the earth is becoming more and more wicked, man. More and more dark, more and more satanic, man. And for this reason alone, the Lord's got to come back and destroy this place, man. I mean, for those reasons which I named, the Lord's finna come back. And that's why it says real quick, I'm going to read again, Sirach 10:8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people into another. And that's what you're seeing right now. There's a transitioning period happening before our eyes that the masses of the people can't see, except for the elect and the elite of this world, man. Because these elites know that their time's up. And we know that their time up. But it's the masses of the people that don't know what's going on. Completely clueless to what is going on in the earth, man. You know? Verse 9, why is earth and ashes proud? And that's what you see, man, under the vibration of the Edomite. You know, everybody's proud because he's the proud man. Remember, Esau said, you know, like I said in Isaiah, the 47th chapter, I sit a queen and I shall not know widowhood. You know, let me real quick because I don't want to chop it up. I'm going to jump back to this. Isaiah 47. And 7. It said, thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou did not lay these things to thy heart, neither did thou remember the latter end of it, man. You know? And that's Esau, man. He thinks that, you know, that there's nothing going to happen to him. Just like a whore, man. You know, whore thinks she just gets to go around and do the things she's going to do and think there's not one day there's not going to be a repercussion for her actions. Well, Esau, you're sadly mistaken, man. You know? Verse 8, therefore, hear now this, that thou art given to pleasure, that dwellest carelessly, that says in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Thou shalt not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children, man. And that's what's gonna happen to your ass, man. You're gonna see your destruction, man. And we can't wait, man. We're gonna rejoice when we see the downfall of our enemy. We're rejoicing now. When you look at the Biden administration, although we know that they ain't nothing but puppets, we know who really control everything. But the fact that they got these clowns in front of our faces is a testament to show that this nigga's on his way out. You know? That's why the scriptures say shameful spewing. Let's get that real quick. Habakkuk 2:16. And it reads, thou art filled with shame for glory. And that's what you're seeing, man. This once glorious Edomite is now looked at as everybody start to see that he's the problem, he's the cancer to the earth. You know? And that's why you're seeing these nations gather up for war, which is a fulfillment of prophecy, man. Because why? This wicked fuck is running the earth. And people are tired of his ways, man. And under his rule, everything is defiled. The food, the water, the air. You know? Thou art filled with shame for glory. Thou drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. And the cup of the Lord, and the cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. And that's what you're seeing, man. His shame is being seen, man. You got fucking drag shows going on. You got motherfucker where you can have a kid and just leave your goddamn baby, drop your damn baby off at a damn fire department, and they'll take care of it. Put it in a drop box. You think in a righteous world that's going to be happening? Hell no, man. But hey, under this devil's rule, that's why you seeing the things that we see, man. You know? So I can't. You know? Go to Isaiah 24 real quick. Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. And that's what you're seeing. Everybody is miserable. Everybody's depressed. Everybody's sick. People are insane. Mentally got mental issues. Hey, even we deal with some of these things, man. Hey, but what gives us the strength to keep fighting is the spirit, man. So call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahweh for the Holy Spirit, man, for this, for giving us this truth. Because we would be just like these people out here, man. Real quick, what the scriptures say, if the Lord have not left the remnant. Yep, 1:9. Isaiah 1:9. Except the Lord of hosts have left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been at Sodom, and we should have been likened unto Gomorrah, man. We would have been destroyed. We'd have been through. You know what I'm saying? Let now Israel say, them real quick. I'm getting another precept. Say Israel. Leaves in Psalms. Yep. Oh, that ain't it. That's it. So if it have not. Yep. Psalms 124 and 1, a song of the degree of David. If it have not been the Lord who was on our side, now may Israel say, if it have not been the Lord who was on our side when men rose up against us, then they had swallowed us quick, and their wrath was when their wrath was kindled against us, man. Then the waters had overwhelmed us, and the stream had gone over our soul. Then the proud waters had gone over our soul, man. You know, and if it wasn't for the Lord, we intervening and giving us this Holy Spirit, man, we'd have been destroyed, man. Hey, but hey, thanks to the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai, hey, we got the victory, man. And it's through him we're going to get the victory. So Tawada Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for this truth, and Tawada Yahweh for Yahweh Shai, man, for the for redeeming us back onto thee, man. Through the spirit, and we waiting to be literally, physically depart, delivered from this place, man. And from this man and his ways of living, man. Back in Isaiah 24 and 5, the earth also is defiled and the habits thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. And that's what you're seeing, man. Everything's defiled, man. True judgment is not being implemented on the earth. That's why you're seeing violence. You think in the kingdom we're going to have fucking rap music with niggas standing with 30 niggas with their pants sagging, with ski masks on, with 30 clips and shit, pointing at the camera. Hell no, that's not gonna happen in the kingdom, man. You think it's gonna be videos with women just shaking their ass all goddamn day? That's not gonna happen in the kingdom, man. Because all these ain't nothing but different traps and snares that this devil sets up to draw us away from the Heavenly Father, man. Verse 6, therefore have the curse devoured the earth. And we know Cain was cursed from the earth when he slew Abel, man. And now that curse is ruling the earth. That's why you're seeing genetically modified crops. Food we eat, that's why everybody's sick. And that's why the Lord finna come back. And just like he, because of Cain and shit that was going on in the earth, right along with the sons of God, that the flood came. Same things finna happen in these times, that the flood of fire is finna come. Especially here in Babylon the Great. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burnt, and few men left. And that's why that's finna come to this place as well, man. Fire, destruction. Real quick, I got a couple precepts. Let's go to 2nd Esdras 15 and 5. And it reads, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. That's what you're seeing being played out on the earth. And these things are only going to intensify as days goes on, man. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And we just read that in Genesis, that wickedness, that violence polluted the earth, man. And violence is an attribute of wickedness, man. It's one of many. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the old earth, and their hopeful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, behold, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And that's why we're vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. Day in and day out, man. You got to go into this world and see the things in which we see. On top of that, dealing with the thoughts of this flesh. You know, we're worn out, man. The scriptures say that, man. He shall wear out the saints of the Most High, man. Let's get that real quick. Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High. And that he is speaking of Esau, this beast system, his whole entire way of everything is about him is contrary to the ways of the Lord, showing the pride of this damn devil. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. We've been worn out, man. Worn the hell out, bro. Even more after you come into this truth. Now you know you in a war. See, we was going through things in this life before we came into this truth, and I'm speaking first and foremost of myself. You know, we didn't know what the hell was going on. We didn't know that we was in the midst of a spiritual, psychological, financial, economic, chemical, warfare, man. And then I say spiritual, if I haven't, more importantly, is spiritual warfare. And now we woke up to the truth. Now we realize we're at war, and it's even more taxing to the spirit, man. But we got the spirit to overcome. So like I didn't want to say it like that. It's even more, now it's more taxing or draining. Because now we see these things, man. Now we're sighing and crying like, God damn. Salaki, I don't want to say goddamn, but we're like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Salaki, Lord. But you get the drift, man. That's how we feel, man. You maybe had glimpses of a moment where you feel good, and hey, that shit only lasts for a moment. And you right back, depressed, going through, you know what I'm saying? Hey, but we gotta fight, man. That's why prayer and fast is important. I don't want to get off topic, but anyway, it says Daniel 7:25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hands until the times, until the time and times and the dividing of times. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take his dominion to consume and to destroy it to the end, man. You know? And the kingdom and the dominion, the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall subserve and obey him, man. And that's what we were patiently waiting for, man. Like it says real quick in Revelations 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. And that's what we're patiently waiting for, man. For this devil to be taken out of rule. And for our kingdom under who the word again he calls Jesus Christ. But we know his name is Yahweh Shai, King David, the rest of the 12 and the 144,000. And Lord willing, we be of the elect, right along with the rest of the 1/3. We're waiting for our kingdom to be established. So like I got to pause the video for a second. I'm gonna read that again because I lost my train of thought. Revelations 13:10. He that leaveth in captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints, man. That's what patient waiting to be delivered, man, and to see our kingdom be established, man, and righteousness being forwarded and established on the earth. Because true judgment is not being established, man. You know, real quick, let's go to Job 20. So I had a couple precepts pulled, as you can see. I ain't gonna read them, get them all. I'm just gonna get a couple pointed, a few. But I'm gonna close out on this one though. It says Job 20:4, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his ecstasy mount up to the heavens, and his head reached unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever, like his own dung, and they which see him shall say, where is he, man? And that's Esau, man. Although you may see him ruling, it's gonna come a time, man. This nigga, it's not gonna even be thought of, man. Cause what's his little reign that he had, and his little time that he had to eternity? Nothing, man. It's like a small dust, a speck on a grain of sand on the seashore, man. Verse 8, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him, man. Because all his monuments, everything that he established, all that shit gonna be thrown down, man. Like the Lord said real quick, Malachi. Straight to the point. Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we returned and built the desolate places, and they came back into, rule, power during the start of the Renaissance. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the board of wickedness, the people against whom have indignation. Whom the Lord have indignation forever, man. So the Lord's gonna take him, it's gonna throw him down, it's gonna cast him down from his excellency, man. Back in Job, real quick. Job in 20:9. The eyes also with song shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. And that's what you're seeing now, man. Hey, but it's too late for all that shit, man. Verse 11, his bones are full of sin. His bones are full of sin of his youth, which shall lie down with them in the dust. So, because Esau got to pay not only for the shit that he done as Esau, but everything he did, when he was Cain and the serpent, man. See, he thought he was gonna, get away with all the shit that he was doing. That he thought there was never gonna be any repercussion or recompense for his actions or for his ways. Well, Esau, man, you sadly mistaken, man. And that's why he's seeing the way that he knows his time's up. He know that judgment is coming for his ass. That's why he's acting in a radical or an irrational way right now, man. Cause that's a sign of a nigga that's defeated, man. Verse 12, though wickedness be sweet at his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat and his bowels is turned, it is as the galls of ass within him. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. For the Most High, Salaki, the Most High shall cast them out of his belly, man. And then the Lord finna take this devil out, man. Real quick, I got a quick precept I want to close out on this. Due time. Yep. Back in Sirach 10:4, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set up over it one that is profitable, man. And that's what the Lord finna do, man. He finna set up one that is profitable. which is Yahweh Shah, man, at the end of the day, man. So I'm going to leave it at that. You know, I pray that this video is edifying as well as exhorting through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Once they call, Hala Yahweh Shemel Shah, Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do well. And as always, peace and salutations to the Ophulek and the society is pushing the truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.